Wonder how that works.
I don't know.
Hi, I'm Edie.
I'm Judy,
And together we're
we're
the
the
Rainbow
Rainbow
Grannies.
Grannies.
Oops.
We come here every Saturday and Sunday morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, because we're just having our morning coffee and thought it'd be great to join the LGBTQ community to join with us. Mm. So we're also going live on TikTok at the same time. And folks are coming up there. We see Zan came in before, we're right there on the spot. Good morning, Zan.
Good morning, Zan. How you doing? So we're all thumbs up and everything, man. I tell you,
Man, you on
on
it.
it. Let's see.
Okay, some folks are joining us on TikTok here this morning. And, and, and,
And and
and,
and
and. Well, I'm having my first morning coffee today. You see this mug Edie made for us? Ain't that
you already spilled it.
cool? Yeah, Edie had these made for us some time ago, and we started out as Edie and Judy Rainbow Granny. This is my first cup of coffee. I haven't even had my first sip yet. So I'm a little, good morning, beautiful lady, says
Morning,
Muse.
Moose. Hey, okay. I know there's only 7 people right now on TikTok, and I know how those. Make sure you tap the screen and make sure you send it out. But I know that we're currently being recorded on YouTube, and we're going to start this out with. For one, I really need to work on these eyebrows, but we're going to start this out with me humbling myself and making a full-blown apology to Judy right here on film, on TikTok Live, on YouTube Live. I mean, hey, this is all part of getting old or whatever, or having respect in our relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know that I am sincerely sorry for yesterday because I thought I knew something that I didn't know. And I know that's really hard for me to handle. You can't even imagine, guys, because I always think that I'm pretty much always right.
You won't say something unless you know it's true.
I pretty much don't, I try.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
this morning, I went into the cupboard there and I realized that yesterday we were drinking out of these mugs, and the mugs had these kitty cats on them.
With all the different
With
color flags.
right. And I thought for sure that someone else had sent us those mugs. I got it confused because we have these other mugs with cats on them that says catacorn. And I just, and I told Judy I knew I was right because 99.9% of the time I'm right, And this morning I realized I was wrong. And so I'm just apologizing. I'm sorry. I can't believe that I'm not always right. But
I'm just saying because I try to say, I know it's but. I was like, no, it's so gave it to us.
right.
And
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
Okay.
There's always that 0.1%.
This is true. But it's actually 0.5. Yeah.
As you get older, it changes.
Yeah, I've been like, good morning, everybody. Good morning. So most of you got to witness me apologize, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Judy, for being wrong.
Somebody had said, if I said not says, I don't know, something like no one is always right.
That's right.
So
I know, but I wanted to humble myself by saying that I was wrong on camera so that there was a witness of it. Two women in the same house.
Nobody is ever totally wrong.
This is true, Josie. This is true. And usually when I am wrong or like when Judy's wrong, I correct it.
And if Edie's wrong, it's like better to just let it go.
That's okay. Mm-hmm.
So lovely to admit when we're wrong. Very demure.
Oh,
Good morning from Ohio.
I noticed when I was making the coffee this morning that I was wrong. And it was just like, oh my God, howdy, man. Yeah. So, yeah, it was just kind of like a little throw to my system. And that's when I knew I needed to make sure and I apologize so that she realizes that, and then I had basically told her before we even got online that I was sorry because just in case you guys have watched me long enough to know that my brain jumps around from here to here to here. So by the time it came on, I'd been forgotten.
So Debbie and Rhonda are here this morning and jumped right in. Good morning. Tracy
See,
from the Bug.
she says, I wish I had someone being wrong while I'm making my coffee.
While making my
Well,
coffee.
call me Tracy. I'll be wrong for you too. And swear I'm right. I got to jump up and fix this light. Do you want to turn that other light on? Let's see what we got going on
Yeah,
here.
okay.
Okay.
We'll go one at a time so we don't all disappear from the screen.
Okay, I'm just going
Yeah.
right here.
We want to make it sure that you can see these faces, especially when I didn't put makeup on yet and it's on a big screen TV.
Well, you know what? And we spent so much money on all these lights.
Yeah.
That might as well turn them on and see what if it makes a difference or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh,
Because I got this ball cap on and a lot of times. So good morning. Yeah. Good morning, Chris Cooley. I saw yesterday where you did a live, but I didn't see it until this morning when I logged on. I don't have my notifications on TikTok, or it would be ringing all the time and make me. You can plug it right over here, honey. You'll never get back there. Oh wait, yes you will. Go ahead, keep trying, but no, you won't. Oh, okay. There is it because I haven't.
I have to rearrange the plug to plug it in there. We'll do that next time.
Let's see, we went live yesterday. I saw that too. And Donna and Rhonda, I want to tell you, didn't you did the video where you wrote Harris across your forehead, right? I mean, I don't do politics here and we don't do religion, but I thought that was pretty neat. Here, you want me to help you here?
I think I'll move this plug here.
Okay.
Because they had this roof on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Honestly, I saw that I think a couple weeks ago, and I was going to how you say it? What's a pirate copy it, take it, whatever, and I was going to do it, but I decided not to because I try real hard to stay away from all that stuff. So she's still working on the light. She's going to bring us some light and.
Hey, y'all.
So last night,
how's that?
Look, you understand, huh? That's nice. Yeah, I think it'll work fine. It's a lot of light on us, huh? How's the lighting, guys? We looking good?
Because, we're older and so our eyes don't see as well.
It says, have you dealt with racism as a couple? Or do you
both speak on those experiences?
Oh, we can talk on that.
AJ, good morning, AJ.
Morning.
I don't know that we have as a couple.
I think because we don't, if we have, nobody's ever been bold enough to say anything. I'm sure there's people that feel what they feel.
Yeah.
They feel what they feel. Nobody's ever been bold enough to say anything to us. God only knows what they say when we walk away. We read that out loud so YouTube would know. So someone asked us about how we react to racism with being an interracial couple, and Judy and I have a thick as thieves friendship, relationship. One thing I can tell you that, without bringing religion into it, Judy is Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know of anybody this is how I feel. I mean, I could be possibly wrong because today I'm just like, I'm wrong. So with Judy being Jewish, which is not so much a religion, is more of a culture kind of thing for her.
Mm-hmm.
This means that she's already been put into a status that makes her carry a heavy load too. How's that?
Right.
Like an African American, I mean, of course hers isn't quite as heavy as mine.
And it's different. I mean, I noticed racism, particularly Black racism, I think it flows heavily through the United States above other races. Not all the all the racism is there. Let me say this,
Mm-hmm.
Black, brown skin, all of it is there. But I'm saying there's this underlying, it's like an undercurrent.
Yeah.
When it comes to the African American community.
Well, it's more than an undercurrent because the fact that you can see ours.
Yeah.
You can see my Black face. So this is where I deal with a lot of, you can't hide it behind the fact that.
Right. I just wanted to make sure that everybody didn't think I was saying, only African American people experience racism in this country. I mean, it's Black and brown skin, but I'm saying with the African American community, there is something that's different that is always there, that's either blatant or not blatant,
Right.
but always there. And anti-Semitism, I see that more in Europe being a constant
Well, maybe
thing.
because of where
But
we live, you're not exposed
right,
to it constantly. But no
right,
matter where we go, no matter what place of the world I go, I'm always
yeah,
going to be Black Edie.
yeah.
You know,
So as a couple, though, no one's ever said anything to us as a couple. And something, if I say this is an agreement that Edie and I had made from the start when
right,
we came together. All the racist remarks and anti-Semitic remarks, all of that stuff is out there in the world, and so we know all the jokes and everything like this. And
right,
we talked about not even making jokes. We talked about that this is Edie and this is Judy. We are who we are. Everything about us makes up who we are. We're not going to make jokes about each other being lesbian or make jokes about each other being women, nor are we going to make jokes about each other's ethnic group,
right.
ethnicity. We decided we don't do that because that
We
keeps
don't want to
that
feel
keeps the
that,
racism going and
and
the
not in our
anti-Semitism
home,
going, and
not
not
in
in
your
our
home,
home.
no, nowhere where you want to
Yeah,
feel comfortable. You know.
yeah,
So, Dustin, you're saying why not? Friends talk shit to each other. Those are
yeah.
friends.
Hmm.
You can talk shit to your friend about, racism and
Hmm.
all that kind of stuff if that's what you want to do. If those are the kind of relationships you have with your friend. But
Hmm.
for Judy and I, in our home, where
Hmm.
we feel comfortable and loved and warmed and
Hmm.
safe and everything, the last thing we want to do is deal with somebody and their little racist snarl things like that. We don't
Hmm.
do that. I tell you the truth. I mean, there are times I've said things that are not um, politically correct. Is that how
Uh-huh.
it is?
Hmm.
But I save those for maybe I can't even say with my friends. I
Yeah.
save that for like maybe like my kids or something. We might say something to each other or something like that. So, you know,
And
uh,
so we have. May I ask Judy if she had found herself defending Edie from racism? I wouldn't say that I've had to do that. Oh no, you know what? There was a time when we were in a bar. This was when we were early on together. We were in a bar, and there was one woman in the bar who just kept at it and kept at it and kept at it with Edie. And I wanted to get in her face, but Edie was handling herself, and it was. I talked with Edie afterwards because I let her know I wanted to get in this woman's face. I wanted to make it stop, but it wasn't my place. Edie was 50 some years old then. She'd been dealing with this and taking care of her own
well,
business
not
without
only
me
that,
interfering.
I was drinking on the vodka too. So
Hmm.
I knew exactly how to handle myself. I was trying to let this
Hmm.
woman, because we had met this woman many times, she
Yeah.
tried to consider herself a friend, and that's where she
Hmm.
crossed the line.
Hmm.
She thought she was a friend of mine well
Right.
enough to be able to disrespect me out in
Yeah.
public like that. And oh
Yeah.
no, no, no. No, no, no.
Yeah.
No. So
Yeah. Edie doesn't need me to defend her, but I think what is nice probably is that when somebody does say something, I acknowledge it to you so that
yes.
you know I see it too.
Right, right. And you do
Um,
what you can do to keep me from being hurt,
yeah.
and I would never, I would never let anyone disrespect or hurt Judy
Hmm.
neither. So
Hmm.
I'll tell you the truth. I mean, when it comes down to racism, and I know that, this is probably, I mean, I see, and I want to thank all of you for all the gifts I see flying. When it comes down to racism and feeling comfortable and being in a interracial relationship,
Hmm.
I do not go anywhere that I don't feel that Judy
Hmm.
is welcome.
Hmm.
There's all kind of functions and stuff that go, and racism goes both ways. I don't, you may not want to believe it, but it does. There's a lot of, African American events and stuff like that
Hmm.
that are channeled directly to African American people, and some of them I would probably, enjoy myself, but I'm not going anywhere where my wife that is not white or is not black is not welcome.
Hmm.
I'm not doing it. I would rather just hang out with our friends. I'd rather hang out here at our house and have a group of people over and get a fire
Hmm.
going and all that kind
Hmm.
of stuff over top of, I'll even let it all out there. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it all out there. The Michigan Women's Festival,
Hmm.
which is the first time I believe I was ever exposed to this,
Yeah.
is they have the Women of Color tent.
Hmm.
And for the Women of Color tent, it's a big deal. I mean, they
Hmm.
have a nice activities and all this stuff set for women of color.
Hmm.
But I can't go to the Women of Color tent because I'm not going anywhere that Judy is not welcome. And they got this little side tent on the side that is like the patio. And honestly, if I'm misunderstanding this, I would welcome anybody that attends the Women of Color tent to come and explain it all to me so that in case I've got it wrong, they
Right.
can tell me. But there's a little side tent. They call it a patio. And that's where all the people of non-color can go
Right.
hang out and still hang out with your black friends and all that kind of stuff.
Right. And they often have workshops there or topics of conversation, this sort of thing. My understanding is I've been going to the festival for a lot longer than Edie has,
Right.
and I respected this Women of Color tent. The idea is, the whole idea of the Michigan Festival is women go there to be just among women because we need to recenter ourselves from the outside world. And so the Women of Color tent is where women of color can go in and just talk with one another about the things they want to talk about
Right.
without the Caucasian community there,
Yeah.
da 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 da
Making
da
them
da da,
feel like whatever they feel.
saying
Right.
whatever dumb stuff they're gonna say, whatever dumb question they're gonna ask. They have the patio for where they welcome the questions and all of this, right? And deal with statements that just aren't right, because this is how we
That's
learn.
exactly what it is. It's a safe
Hmm.
space.
Right.
It's
It's
a
a
safe
safe
space.
space.
And I understand that. I do. But it's not safe for me because I can't leave her outside. I wouldn't want her going to some place, even if it was a bar or something in our neighborhood, where you could go in and have drinks and enjoy hanging out with
Hmm.
people. But I can't.
I
I
wouldn't
can't
do it.
even imagine.
Hmm.
I can't even imagine. So that's just the way it is. Thank you so much for all the love and all the hearts and all the let's see. Man, I'll tell you guys, I appreciate all these gifts because at the end of the month, TikTok sends us a neat little check and we get the coffee.
So Nurse Adrian is saying the concept of safe space has to be continuously revisited for context. Most of us are mixed but look
White.
white, and it's taxing.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I understand, and I understand, and when and one of the things, somebody had marked here that lighter skinned folks. So she's glad to hear that I recognize it and say something to you, because she's saying a lot of us lighter skinned women don't always recognize it.
But see,
But I have
Judy
to give
does.
credit to the women Michigan Women's Music Festival is where I did a lot of my learning. I mean, I was in my early 20s. I mean, I did a lot of my learning because I'm in the city of Pittsburgh, which is a very segregated city, but we're open-minded and we learn things. I mean, like Edie said, I'm also Jewish, so um, I'm not ignorant of what of hate out there,
Right.
and what it looks like and what it sounds like, so that whether it's blatant or subtle, and how to make things better in the world. But learning a lot more, I learned a lot more at the Women's Music Festival in Michigan because we made it a point to learn. That was part of the thing of it. Just 1 week, and that's women talking with each other and learning from each other
But
and
what I have
listening.
trouble seeing is, and God knows I could be wrong. I mean, I'm trying to say this nicely so that
Mm-hmm.
I don't end up with a
Mm-hmm.
whole bunch of hate out there.
Yeah.
Um, huh? Are you
Yeah.
trying
Go
to
ahead.
fix it so that I
No, no,
don't?
no, no, no,
Because
no.
I'm
Okay.
okay.
I think so. You
Well,
do
I just
recognize it's a safe space.
I do recognize that, but
Mhm.
what would I do if I went there and there was a white women only space?
Uh-huh.
I understand that, I what would I do? What would I do if I rode up in it and there was a tent there and it said white women only and you decided that you wanted to go in there and hang out?
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, let me
you
say
wouldn't
this.
want to go there and hang out.
Let me say this, because when you think about the white people space only, that's kind of redundant because the whole world is taken over by white people,
I
and
understand.
and right. There was we went to the festival recently. There was a specific topic of anti-Semitism going on around the world, and so some women had a group where they wanted to be able to talk about it, and they asked for Jewish women only.
Huh.
And I didn't go. I probably didn't even mention it to you. This is the first
No.
you're hearing it. And it was because we're such a target right now around the world. And it was a place, it's supposed to be a safe space for Jewish women to go to be able to talk with each other about how we're feeling, or to just commiserate, that somebody understands.
Right.
But I didn't go. I didn't need to go. And if I do want some kind of support group like that, I find them here in Pittsburgh where it's open to everyone. So if I wanted to go, Edie could go too. And I understood the women who wanted that and just with Jewish women because they just needed 1 hour to be able to talk with each other without all the other questions and everything going on.
Well, and then
They'll
at that
open
time
themselves
too, they
up
were
later
worried
with
about a
other
lot of the
people.
hate too that was going on, and is
Yeah,
going on. So
yeah.
to be exposed. So I want to thank you all for hanging out with us. Anybody that's new here and doesn't know us, I'm Edie.
I'm Judy,
And
and
together
together
we're
we're
the
the
Rainbow
Rainbow
Grannies. We
Grannies.
come on here every Saturday and Sunday morning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And come on here and we talk about a little bit of everything. We are part of the LGBT plus community. We don't talk about politics and we don't talk about religion. Today
Yes.
is the first day we've actually got
Talked about being an interracial couple.
right,
It's
and I
just,
guess it didn't hurt, we just
mhm,
try to keep it on more of a lighthearted, fun kind of having coffee but that's okay
right.
because oh look at all this pretty stuff on the screen.
Hmm.
It's okay because these are things evidently that the rest of the world wants to talk
They
about.
do, yeah. So Nurse Adrian is saying it's possible to create safe spaces without being exclusionary.
I
And
don't
I,
know. I don't know because well, it is because that's what we
yeah,
try to do with our TikTok here
right,
is to
right.
provide a safe space,
Hmm.
and what we believe in is what we believe in.
Yeah.
We won't let nobody come in. Nobody.
Hmm.
That feels like a weird word. We won't let anyone come in here and like take over
Yeah.
sharing their views because this is our views.
Right.
So I
Right.
guess if you went to the women of color tent, and
Hmm.
even though it's full of black women in there,
Oh, it's
as long
not
as you're
only
not
black
coming.
women; it's women of color.
Right, right,
Right.
right,
I
right.
wanted to say that because some people say that they have different,
Oh
ethnicities in
yes,
them.
yes. There's
So
all kind of brown women in there. Asian women. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Wait, you were saying something.
doesn't matter.
Okay, so I do want to make one more comment because this is something I was just kind of thinking about recently.
Can I go get coffee while you make that comment?
Oh,
Could you get? I'm
you
right
could.
here. I'm less than
You
2 feet.
here?
I
You
can
can
hear you.
hear me?
I
Okay,
can hear her.
sure.
I'm sure she's not going to say anything that you guys have to see my face. Thank you very much for the gifts. Okay, I'm getting my
Okay.
coffee. You need coffee too? No,
No, but
you're
I'm
good.
still good. Thank you. So I have to say this: when I was raising my daughter, and I had a group of friends, all these moms raising their daughters the same age as mine, and we were together a lot. And one of my friends, I learned a whole lot from her about the kind of crap she went through, um, because she's a woman with African American. And I mean, the kind of crap she went through would be going to the grocery store and people trying to hit on her. And she's there with her kids and whatever. There's nothing saying I'm buying groceries. I want you to hit on me, right? But that would happen. Or that she had an apartment and the landlord just let himself in because he just saw this single African American woman with kids and thought he could just let himself in. Okay, so you see what kind of things I'm saying. So she would tell me this stuff, and we were friends, and we told a lot of stuff of what was going on in our lives,
Right.
and and certainly the things she said. Probably things that I said would have to be very specifically about being gay that she wouldn't have experienced. She was talking about the things that she was experiencing, and we weren't in a support group and talk. We were just friends talking.
Yeah.
So so I learned a lot by just being friends with the friends I have, and we talk about our lives, and didn't hold back and say, "Oh, we only talk about this." But there's something different that I learned living with you.
Uh oh.
She sees I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
Something different I learned. I would hear, I would hear the experiences of my friends. I would be ticked off. I would, be ticked off with them, support them, everything, right? What friends do. But when I would experience with Edie at a different level the kind of racism she faced, whether it was at work, whether it was remarks people made, whether it was a lot of the subtle stuff.
And
Sometimes they're
that's
not
what
so
it
subtle
is.
stuff.
It's mostly subtle.
The confusing stuff where somebody's all supportive, but then they do something like have a ringtone or something, and it's
Yeah.
like
Oh
it would
my
be so
God.
confusing. How can you
Yes.
be so wonderful and nice
Yes.
and
I
above
mean, that
others?
happened to me.
And
I was at
yeah,
my job and a guy that I thought we were kind of friends. He had offered to lend me some money one time, and I had offered to,
mhm,
oh, I took him, remember, Thanksgiving dinner in my car
yeah,
one time,
yeah,
because his wife couldn't cook and everything. And I thought we were okay. And then the next thing you know, he starts playing like, I wish I was in the land of cotton song. I forget what it's called, but
right.
it
And you
was just
tried to
like,
tell him,
yeah. And
right?
I'm like, that's not very nice. And he felt like he could do it because he even told me,
Mhm.
he's an American citizen and he can do what he wants.
Mhm.
And I was just like,
And it made no
wow.
difference to Edie that it was offensive or hurtful,
No, because you'd have
and it's
thought,
like,
because if he would have
yeah,
told me something that I was doing was offensive to him, just because we tried to sit across from each other at work and laugh, and then we even
hmm
stopped and had drinks and stuff like that, that he would say, "Oh, okay, maybe save that for at home when you're with your buddies or something like that." Not
right. And so what I'm saying, it's hard to explain, but it's a different level of experience for me because we're married, because, and I'm not sure what it is. I mean,
it hurts,
with
but it
every
hurts, Judy.
single
It hurts your
day.
heart when
Yeah.
I come home and I tell you that someone has
hmm
said something or done something mean
hmm
to me. I can tell
Yeah.
Judy's ready to just jump up and beat them up too if you could.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And
or
everything more, it's every single day that I can see being so exhausted when you come home, because this is the stuff you're fighting and
you have to
navigating
fight.
every day
You have to
for
fight the battle,
60
but you're
years.
not allowed to fight the battle out loud.
Right,
Because if
right.
I say something back to that person, then I'm coming across like the angry
hmm
black woman.
hmm
And I mean, it can be something very mild. Like I can say, hey, you know what? Don't talk to me like that. That's
Yeah,
not very nice. Next thing
yeah,
you know, it's like, well, what's wrong with Edie? Why she
yeah.
got all that attitude? Well, have you thought about how long you've been beating me down? And that
Uh-huh.
eventually I
hmm
have to say,
hmm
hey, can you just stop this?
hmm And I remember talking with another friend of mine here in Pittsburgh. He had been down south where he said, there were areas where he lived where the racism was blatant, and was tough in Pittsburgh is that it wasn't blatant.
Right. Right. And
And
it's sneaky.
it's
Sneaky.
sneaky.
Yeah. But I think, you know what? Another thing, too, though,
And
there's a lot.
unknowing.
There's a
There's
lot
a
of
lot.
different neighborhoods
Yeah,
in Pittsburgh, and the
yeah.
different neighborhoods are like there's like a black neighborhood, an
hmm
Italian neighborhood,
hmm
and there are of course people that cross over into those
Right.
different
People just tend
neighborhoods.
to congregate because culturally they have,
And
they
so
build up the
and
neighborhood.
I totally
Right.
understand that. I totally
hmm
understand that because there gives you the safety in numbers things. Remember, like your mother
Yeah.
used to tell you, when you go out, you got to go out with all your friends. You don't just go out and walk the streets all by yourself. So you get
Yeah.
that safety in numbers thing by living in a neighborhood that's
hmm
full of people that are like you,
hmm
and raising
hmm
your children with people that are like you. And
Yeah.
the only thing is, where the problem comes is when you tell me that I have to live there.
hmm
So,
Yeah.
generations before us, this is from Christy Lynn.
Yeah.
Generations before us were ingrained to stay quiet and keep the peace,
Speak
speak
up
up and
and
end
the
the hate.
hate.
Yes. Well, at
Yeah.
least let people know that it's not
Right.
that you're not
Yeah.
allowed
There
to
was
do this.
somebody here also who said, you need someone to speak up for your work. It takes a village. See something, say something. And that's
Well, I
true.
do
So,
have to say, at the end of the day, the
uh,
gentleman that worked with me did get let go
yeah.
because
80 place of work did back her. I want to
yes.
say this. They did back her. She wasn't working in an awful place where
Yeah,
they had,
but
but,
but
but it's
th-
still
it
happening.
had to happen a couple times
Yeah.
before all of a sudden it was like, this is not tolerated. It's like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, I've been putting up
Yeah.
with this stuff for 3 years. Somebody, and being afraid of coming back and saying something back
Yeah.
to them, because then I'm looked at as the bad
hmm
person, the mean
hmm
person. I'm gonna tell you, nothing like it's awful to feel like the angry black woman.
hmm
I mean,
Yeah.
and you guys, most of you guys which watch us all the time, realize
Yeah.
that I'm a pretty mellow person.
hmm
So when I get that dote on me, it just feels like,
Yeah.
wow, what the hell did I do?
Yeah. Christy's here saying, being in HR, I love to hear that it was handled. 3 years is far too long.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Many,
So,
many things. It was so rough on me at my other job that and did whatever kind of shoes I wore, whatever
mhm.
whatever I did,
That's what I'm saying.
it
It's
was
just,
always something, and it was just like, I mean, it was times it broke me down. Like
mhm.
to even have to, I remember, I feel bad for this too, because I think it was almost 2 years ago, we went away for your birthday
Uh-huh.
and we were up there at the horse riding place. And
Yeah.
I had a breakdown at the horse riding place because I knew that the next day I had to go back to my job,
hmm
and I was dealing with so much hate from
Yeah. There was one person who was bullying.
just bullying so bad that that they told me. They told me the boss calls me in the office and tells me, "Yeah, I know that Joe is bullying you, you know." And it's like, if you know somebody's bullying me,
Why aren't you
why
doing
you let
something?
this happen? You know, why you let
Yeah.
me go through this every day and be afraid to say something against this
Yeah.
white man?
Yeah.
Because, you know,
So something, you know, some folks know and some folks don't know. Things that we've learned, like at place of work, if you see a woman getting talked over, say something like she was talking. If you see a person of color put an idea out and somebody else is trying to
they'll
take credit for
snatch it up in a
say,
minute.
wait, no, that's so and so's idea. Just, you know, we can make corrections without calling people out blatantly. We can
Right.
just make correction. Keep normalizing things.
Right. And
Yeah.
also remember what it would feel like to be in that position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what it would feel like at the end of your day to feel like you've been just beat up all day long.
Yeah.
And guess what? You get to go back tomorrow and do it. And they're not going to let you go because that would make it look bad for them. They have to have a real reason to let you go.
So the kind of thing that I learned when my daughter was small and, you know, had the group of friends, and the thing that I've learned with our group of friends is if I saw racism against Black kids, I said something. If I saw sexism against the girls, I would ask a male parent to say something. And this is the way that we did, because when somebody outside that group says something, people listen. And, you know, it's a shame that you're just listening to us, but somehow there seems to be more validity to it if somebody outside the group is saying something. And this is the way we say it, take the villager to say something or to speak up.
Right.
And, you
See,
know,
and being that knowing that Judy is like she is, that's all part of how come, you know, things are good for us, because she respects. I mean, I can't even imagine. She respects who I am, my personality, along with my color, you know, and my family and everything. She respects all that. So it's not like I've got to worry about, you know, those kind of outside interference things that people have out there. When I cross this door into my home, I am as safe as I can be. And if I got Judy with me and she realizes that something is not going on, we're out of there. We just leave. And I just don't put us in those positions. How long we've been together? We've been married 3 years. We've been together, I think 11, something like that.
Yeah. So Trucker Phil is saying, as a trucker of all 48 states, I see all kinds of racism and I always stand for what's right.
That's right. You know, that's the only way we can help make it
And I can
change.
say, when you're in a social outing or if you're at work, a lot of us might see something and be afraid to say something. We don't have to say something in a militant way. It really is just stating a fact. Oh yeah, so and so said that. Remember, and then go back to that person and let them explain what they were saying. Let them pitch their idea. Oh, I just watched a Whoopi Goldberg movie last night. I was telling you about this, where I can't remember the name. It's an old movie, so you all may know it. She is, she's, you know, this financial investor, and all of her ideas aren't looked at, right? And somebody else was stealing all her ideas, and then she quit her job because she couldn't take it anymore. Opened up her own business. Nobody would talk with her. So then she made up a partner named Cuddy, Robert Cuddy. Everybody loved Robert Cuddy's ideas, and it just went on and on and on. You know, and it's a great movie, and you know, she rounds it out in the end. But very fun, very dated, but very fun.
Well, you know, we did watch another one yesterday too. There was an LGBT one. Well, I can't remember what the name.
Our Son.
Yes, Our Son. Has anybody got a chance to see Our Son with what's his name? He's from Pittsburgh here.
I know. Come on, y'all know his name. He's from here. He went to my high school.
He's black, and he just got all these awards. And
I can look up his name, but he was in Kinky Boots.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a good movie.
Yeah, two, you know, a gay male couple who have a son, and the couple go into a divorce. Very, very nice.
You know what, Rachel? Thank you. Good morning. You're on it. You know, everything. Let's see. I've been watching Xena. Oh, Dana, I tell you, Judy love herself some Xena. I'm ashamed of myself as being a lesbian, honesty.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, way back there when Xena was on, I used to watch it every once in a while or whatever. I wasn't really into it, but it never dawned on me
I got cable TV so I could watch Xena.
that she was a lesbian. It didn't even dawn on me. I just
No.
thought she was a crime fighter. Like she said, the
Oh
movie's
yeah,
called The
The
Associate.
Associate. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
Big
so,
Daddy. He
yeah.
said, "What's wrong with people?" I don't know. I don't know. Jeremiah says, "Good morning, Queens. Thank you very much. Please join our YouTube. Thank you, Chris Cooley. You right. Join our YouTube. It's Edie and Judy Rainbow Grannies." So, did we talk?
Yeah.
Did we talk
Keep
enough on
reminding
the?
me when I fall off because I'm looking at YouTube. I'm trying to stay
I'm
here.
resting on you.
Well, you can rest on me because probably your back hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Something. So you can rest. You can
My
always
back only
rest on
hurts
me,
because I got to hold my gazambas up.
baby. Huh?
I got to hold my gazambas up, so it makes my back hurt.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big Daddy, I'm talking about the both of you.
I know that's right, Daddy.
Mhm.
I know that's right.
So the politics we don't talk about unless it has to do with the LGBTQ community. Do you know Kamala Harris' husband Doug has a daughter, and she's a fashion designer, and she does something with the fashion design world where she raises money to give to for assistance to African American transgender community.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. So just want to put that out there, folks. I have to look up more details about it because, of course, I read it all, but I don't remember all the details. But I remember she's doing good things specifically for the African American transgender community.
Wow.
Because they're a huge target of hate.
Yeah, speaking
Hate
of
and
target,
violence. I mean, a huge target
speaking
of
of
violence.
target of hate, boy, I tell ya,
With that.
Big Daddy was gone really fast in a flash. Come in here talking junk. Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Let's see. When you gotta strut, when you gotta brag about it or something, that means there's something wrong. Because the average man doesn't have to walk around saying, Big Jim, Big John. I mean, if you're tall, we all see you. But if there's something else you're bragging about it being big, then why you gotta tell us? Do you think that means that you're more lovable? No. No. I think it probably all depends on the crowd that you're in. Like if you go down to the men's gay bar,
yeah, there might be.
And you walk in there and you say, "Hey,
yeah.
I'm Big Daddy."
Man, you missed the days of the back room, man. You'd have been famous, and popular back there.
Yeah, you walk in the bar. Can you imagine? "Hi, I'm Big Daddy." They'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever. What do you want to drink?
No, here somebody wants to know where you got these mugs because she'd like to get one for. I think I can't remember. They'd like to get one for their fiance.
Yeah, it was just off of your Facebook. You know how those ads go running past, and you can make like a calendar with your likenesses on it, or I was scared to do it because too many times you order that kind of junk and you're so afraid you're going to get ripped off. Let's see, we have the same hat. You got the same hat.
Yeah, so, O&M Coffee's here. I wanted to mention it to you.
Hey, O&M Coffee. That's what we're having. The last of that one bag
of that one bag. So then we'll have to try Crunchy Vanilla next.
I can't wait.
So, well, a lot of comments are going up here on TikTok, and I'm trying to catch them all, but and I am seeing them all. Just can't remember them all. I'm looking for the questions. Ooh, I'm in Pittsburgh as we speak. This is T. Lynn Swag.
Hey, Lynn Swag.
And here we have, I do want to say it's scary to even admit being lesbian anywhere today. I have to hide it.
Isn't that something? I know what you mean, but everywhere we go, we just try to go places make us feel comfortable.
We do. I mean, we live in Pittsburgh, and it's pretty good here. We live in a very progressive neighborhood, and so it's very good. So when there are different views, right? Some people live in an area,
Hi, Levi.
And they want to. Hey, Levi. They want to change. Some people live in an area where they know it's very homophobic, and they don't want to be pushed out. They want to make it change there, and other folks just say, "Just go where we can live freely."
That's it.
Life is short.
Mm-hmm.
And, by the time the neighborhood gets rid of all the queers, they know that the neighborhood's going to fail because
we're all working.
And then there are other neighborhoods trying to build up their diversity. Think about that too.
Yeah.
So I want to see this one. Sushima says that totally makes sense, but being young, I'm still in school. Teens can be cruel. Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah.
can be.
Yeah, but
Yes,
they're
they
going to be
can
cruel
be.
no matter what. Teens are going to be cruel no matter what shoes you buy, what jeans you're wearing, how your hair is fixed. So all I
The,
can tell you is have a good time, be who you are, and
make
just
your friends, the
yeah.
right
There's a
friends.
circle out there. You remember that group like in high school that was the whole bunch of weird kids? Remember the really weird kids? Well, you know what? Them weird kids, they were having a good time because they all got their own little group.
Yes.
They're a group of weird kids and they're not worried about, what you got to say and what she got to
Mm-hmm.
say. They on Saturday night when other people are sitting at home alone, the weird kids are out there having a good time.
There we
You
go.
know, they're out there
Mm-hmm.
having a good time because they got friends. So don't even
Yeah.
worry about that. Make your
So
friends.
yeah, the word the word we'll put out here for high school students. It will get better.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It will get better. And if you got YouTube, look up YouTube. It will get better, and you will see tons and tons and tons of people giving you that message.
Yep.
They did a whole YouTube series because we all lived through high school. We all survived it. Look where we are now.
So
So,
Sarah
Sister
says, "Oh
Sarah,
my goodness, I just found you both. How long you been together? About 11 years, Sarah. And thank you very much for just finding us. If you're here, there's 28,000 likes right now. Can you do me a favor? Everybody in here, tap, 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 tap your screen. Tap your screen for a few minutes. Just keep tapping. If you keep tapping, all of a sudden this confetti will shoot out of your screen and it's really, really cool. If you tap, 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 right, with this many
yeah,
people, we should be able to reach that 50,000 there really good.
there we
That helps
go.
show the algorithm that we're out here and that we're having a good time and that you guys are having a good time and it
Texas
sends it.
mom said I started watching you two yesterday, and you're great.
Thank
Oh,
you,
thank you.
Texas
So I'm gonna
mom.
go get a refill on my coffee. How are you doing with coffee?
I'm doing pretty good. I want to make sure that everybody knows that our YouTube channel is Edie and Judy Rainbow Grannies. And we have a good time on there. I am low on coffee, but I'll wait until she goes around the other end of the room. Let's see. We were at the flea market. Oh, girl. I bought another piece of junk the other day, and this banana lady's at the flea market. I was thinking about setting up a table there at the flea market because before I set up a table there and did real well. Yes, tapping is clapping. Let's go. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hiding yourself takes the toll on your mental health. It does. It does. It may, but even us, as out as we are, there are times where um I feel a little like nervous or uncomfortable. Like, I think the worst time was we were down. It was before we really started like considered ourselves in relationship. We were in Wheeling, West Virginia, at a festival they had down there, and I noticed we were sitting on a wall and we were eating, and these guys just kept squeezing us out, squeezing us out. Remember? And
Oh
how scary that was,
yeah, we
And
were
so there are
sitting
times
at the dock watching the water, the river.
yeah, there are times where you get to feeling a little uncomfortable, but yes, wild and wonderful West Virginia. Yeah, we were down at I think the Italian Food Festival or something like that. But thank you very much. We don't deal with that now. I
Yeah.
just don't go anywhere that makes me feel like that. Or we
Well, we
go,
were afraid of it being something dangerous and somebody's gonna
yes,
mug us, kind of thing. We
right. It
weren't.
it definitely looked
Yeah,
like somebody was going to mug us.
they were marking us for that.
Yeah.
So here's something though that also is interesting because this happened when we first met, and you had an awakening because there's also another place we went to, Pride in Columbus.
Oh,
Had a really great time with our friends there and all this, and yet there were these women who were bullies there.
yeah.
And
Yeah, we got up to dance, and when we got up to
right,
dance, they took our seats. I
yeah,
mean, took them and moved them,
right.
and so they could put their feet on
So
them.
they could put their feet on them
Right.
rather than let us sit on them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we were very polite, but they were bullied, and they went looking for Edie afterwards
Yeah.
too when
I
she
would.
went
I
to
would. I
the
come out of the
women's room.
bathroom, and one of them was right there waiting for me at the bathroom. You know, because I
And
was by
yeah,
myself
yeah,
there. You figured it.
yeah, and that's what bullies do, right? So, but the thing, the awakening that you had at that time is that you realized you were older and you couldn't take them on.
Right.
Because they were younger than us. They were
Right.
half our age. That's what really made them bullies.
Right.
You know?
Right.
They weren't even picking on the other women their own age and their own
Right.
ability. They
It
were
was-
picking on old lesbians. Can you
Yeah.
imagine that?
Yeah. We were all just happy to get there and find a
Yeah.
nice bench where we all sat on the
Yeah.
bench and we got up and had fun and we danced and then come back. And, and then when we came back, like the second time, they had taken our bench and took it and moved it in order to put their feet on it. That's what kind of, women these were.
And so Edie realized that she couldn't take him on and
No.
that she's never experienced that kind of feeling before.
No, because
And
I used to
yeah.
feel like if you, crossed me like that, I never had to physically fight, but my mouth always managed to
Yeah.
get it
Yeah.
through for me.
Yeah, you scare people. They listen. But what's funny, why I'm bringing it up is
Hmm?
I never could take people on. In my youth, in my older
But
age.
you know what? That was the last time we attended Columbus Pride.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, it's just like it's overwhelming for us now. I don't want to go anywhere where I would have to run up against anybody. I can't fight. I don't want to fight.
But something we did really, really fun at Columbus Pride.
We did a lot of
They
fun
had the
things.
hamster ball. They're a human hamster ball. And I kept seeing at it at a distance and really wanted to try it. But again, we had just met, and so I was afraid to open my mouth to eat it. Like she's going to think I'm really childish, right? And she said, look at those human hamster balls. Let's go in them. Let's try those. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Talk
I
about
know this is gonna
exhausting.
work.
I don't know if you ever guys done this stuff, but you get inside that big plastic ball and you run this ball and then you slam into each other and everything. About 3 slams and we were just laying in the ball waiting for our minute to end.
Right. It's only
You
for
know?
1 minute. And boy, was that 1 minute
Oh
too
my
long.
God.
It was like,
Normally you complain about the fact that I wanted to do it longer. It was like, somebody get me out of this ball, please. Yes, big snow globes. Yep.
You should come to Atlanta Pride in October. It's amazing and so
Hopeful.
This is Julissa. Yeah. And let's see.
Well, the truth of the matter is we live here in Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh, Judy and I have attended several times with our other friends, and we've gone to a Black Pride. And I had a good time, and it was nice and everything. It's a poorer pride, should I say, than what the regular prides are, because, it's not funded by anything big. But this year, they were having a few events and everything like that. But I had that same feeling. And I had that same feeling that Judy would not be a welcome there. Because, I just don't like anything specific like that.
Really, because we've gone to it before.
Yeah. But no, I didn't like the way I kept getting messages and stuff on it. Like, they were having this event and that event and everything. And it just feels like it's so exclusive that I don't want to be there.
Yeah. And it's in, in the regular pride, very exclusive the other way because of the activities they choose and their entertainment they choose and stuff like this. So it all.
I don't know. Hi, I'm Music Woman, but I don't know because every time, like when we went and they had chocolate corn there,
yeah,
that was comfortable. It was good. I guess that has been a long time ago. I'm feeling extremely hot. You guys watching me sweat while we're sitting here?
Yes.
I'm having like one of them.
It's getting hot in here.
I'm having a hot flash. Let's see. So
I've been to so many in different cities now, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah, we do attend a lot of prides. And usually prides make us feel, real comfortable and everything because we kind of get there and we're all decked out. I mean, it's almost like sometimes the little ones we go to, I want to say, everybody, try putting on a rainbow something. These people all show up at these prides with like a Black Harley t-shirt on or something. Put on some kind of rainbow stuff and let's really celebrate.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do your kids get along with each other? Well, they're all grown up, but yes, they do.
They get along with each other. They don't get to hang out much because they all live far away from one another. But yes, they do get along well when they get together.
Yeah, they're not around each other enough to fight or nothing like that, to be, I have 2 from a previous marriage and Judy has 1. So when they get together, they're just, hey, how you doing? I mean, there's nobody. They're older. They don't play in the yard.
At our wedding, though, your kid, they did make a point of letting my kid know that she now has more siblings.
Yeah, and it can be rough.
Because they didn't tell her that it was going to be rough.
Yeah, she was kind of like, oh, a new brother and a sister. And it's like, oh, no, it's not quite that easy. And, it's always somebody with some kind of attitude. Let's see, I max try, but
I don't know what that's in response to. We're reading some comments.
Thank you very much for all the new followers. Hey, do me a favor while you're in here right now. Not only do I need you to tap the screen because I need that to hit 50,000 likes, I also need for anybody in here that's not following to follow right now so I can read your name out. Amelia, thank you very much for being a new follower. Looks like
Jane,
Linda, thank you for being a new follower. Andrea Watson, thank you. Savannah Poole, thank you. Looks by Linda, thank you. Let's see. Nicole, thank you. I'm glad you are. Rebel Mystics, thank you. Let's see, is that it? I know there's more than you hanging. Okay, Fresh, thank you. Immediately following, yes. Kayla, be on it.
All
You
right.
got to get on it. Hit that button that says follow. I need you to tap that screen. Let's pull that up. It's 48,000 right now. We're so close to 50,000 that because tapping is clapping, remember? Okay, Andrea. There, Andrea is a new follower too. Thank you. Hey, Amber and Holy, how you doing? Sarah Danielle, you got a new follow from you. Mwah, yeah. Let's see.
Cry Mom here. And Chris, I just married my wife on the 23rd best day of my life.
Congratulations.
Whoa,
I'm very happy for
Yay.
you. I don't know if your video, if I saw one of your videos, I loved it. I think I clicked a like on there. Let's see.
So Amber's working, but doing great today.
Well, you know what, Amber? Somebody got to work, because I got to, we got to count on somebody to pay into that system. Vic, thank you very much for following. There I go with that politics, huh? Because if you don't pay into it, then okay, we hit the 50. Thank you for tapping the 52. See, looky there. Thank you very much.
Vic said, good morning from Florida.
Ooh, I hear it's pretty hot down there,
Yeah, so
I know, Amber. I know I'm right because 99.9.
But Amber, you missed the beginning. Watch it on YouTube. What kind of things are you growing behind you?
What is something growing behind us? Is something growing back there? No, we're growing tomatoes. There's little tomatoes back there, and I got basil growing. There's even more basil growing over here. And then what's that? Lavender. And when you rub them, they smell so good. For a while, my basil was so strong that when we come down the basement or come down the steps, you could smell basil in the whole house.
There's two different kinds of basil, and one of the plants kind of. Well, probably I ate all the leaves already because I put basil in everything I make.
I think that's what happened to the big basil.
Yeah, the big curly leaf.
Yeah.
Basil.
So we got this other basil over here, and it don't smell as strong.
Louisiana in the house. So am I going to start a new YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. So folks on YouTube, we're going to shut this one off and start and open up again right away, and then. Levi, who wanted us to say our names, will be saying our names again then.
Yes.
What we're doing is because it goes on so long, we want to keep this going. So come on back. Just hang right there. Watch for the YouTube to go live again and come right back in, please, okay?
Can you reach over there and grab a piece of paper?
Piece of paper.
Paper.
Yeah, piece of paper.
So I can jot down before we move on. Oh, no, just a little envelope here will be okay.
Little envelope.
Oh, stuff you're using? I just need a little scrap of paper. Okay, you guys. Now, before Judy comes back, you guys help me. What did we talk about today so that we can make sure we got a good title for this first half of our show that's on YouTube? What is a good title? Okay, we did talk about Edie's apology.
Senior Banana Lady, we are here now. So come on right back in, Senior Banana Lady. We're going to reopen YouTube. We're going to put this one down and reopen it. And
yeah, we're just trying to make two different. Okay.
We talked about being an interracial couple.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
And all of you on TikTok, while we're doing this, and YouTube folks, think about this when we come back. Give us some titles for this one.
Yeah, because what we need is you guys are supportive, so supportive and fun and everything. So with us trying to do our YouTube channel here too, what we need is good titles that are ones that reach out there and grab people. grab people that make you want to see what race and relationships. That's good,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so YouTube folks, come right back. Come right back. Don't go away. Come right back.